Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a couple of fix-ups and one modification to the DRZ. So first thing I'm going to get through is fixing the accelerator pump in the Carby. I've noticed when I'm sitting there idling and I blip the throttle, it doesn't quite like it. It bogs really bad. So I have a feeling it's probably because there's a rip in the diaphragm inside here. So we're going to pull that apart and replace that today, and then we're going to do the throttle cables while we're at it, and at the end I'm going to put the new front fender on. First things first, we've got to pop this off here. While I'm at it as well, I am going to complete the rerouting of these hoses here that come out of the top of the carb, just so that it can breathe if I go through any water crossings or anything like that. So first things first is popping all of this off, which should reveal the old diaphragm, which still has a little bit of fuel in it. Yeah, the new diaphragm, 2 new O-rings, as well as a new spring. You've got 1 O-ring to replace inside the top of the housing, and another one to replace just down in here. So now that we've got the new O-rings in there, we can seat the diaphragm back in there with the spring back on there, and that back down on there where it belongs, and we can replace the screws that hold all of that together. So while we've got the carburetor out of the bike, now is a really good time to get these 2 hoses, this one here and that one here, and reroute them so that the breathers are now going to be sitting above the airbox. So all you want to do is find where this T piece is here. You'll have the bits going down, bit going down on that side as well, and then you'll have these ones here as well, which normally would follow the same route going down, but instead pull them out because they're going to be rerouted when we put the Carby back in the bike to sit above the airbox. So the best way to get the carburetor in and out that I've found is if you undo this bolt here and then loosen off your mounts down the bottom here, it lets you push the rear subframe back just a little bit, where I then get it resting on that so that it's sitting there perfectly, which pushes this just that little bit further back to let you fit the Carby in there. So as you can see, I've got the Carby back in there. Now the main thing you want to do, these breathers here, you just want to run them back up and sitting above the airbox here. So I'm going to cable tie these onto the subframe, and that way then if you go through deep water, these can still breathe. The bike won't stall because it's sucked up any water, or can't let air into the carb. So redoing these throttle cables, the only difference I'm going to do is run them down through here, but I'm going to bring them straight down along here. They did run on the other side, they ran straight through there and near all that, so I know that they should be able to sit on the radiator hose thing there. Purely because I've got these bar risers on, I need that little bit extra, because when I go lock this way, it binds up a little bit. This here's now where I just like to add a little bit of silicone-based grease to the throttle tube, just so that it spins nice and freely when you put it back on. So we've got the fuel tank back on, carb back in. Now we're just going to test it and see if it runs. And has it fixed the bogging issue? Still a bit of a bog. That is a pain. Might just need to tune the carb a little bit, and once it's all been tuned, then it might get rid of that bog. And leaving the easiest job for last, chucking on the new front fender. Let's chuck this on and see what she looks like. Unfortunately, it didn't fix it. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is start fiddling around with tuning on it. If anyone's had any issues like this, leave a comment, let me know. Other than that, we've got a few things done. So I got these rerouted while I was at it. I got the new throttle cables put in, which are desperately needed. And the new front fender. Now we've got to just put the whole bike back together. Thanks for watching.